Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Giants and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right out of the gate, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people, but I'm glad these guys are. Football.
The punter, Jack Fox, has us ready to go, and we are underway here at Ford Field. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Giants ready to go now on offense, and under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
Playing for his Giants career, Jones' best season as a starter didn't come with huge numbers as a passer. He was just the guy his team needed him to be, someone who could threaten the defense throwing it, and especially as a runner.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now Jones. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Throwing, Jones. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary, and he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Rocky started throwing the football. He's missed now on his first 4 attempts.
I'm eager to see what his demeanor is going to be from this point forward, because the best ones, they missed the first 15 attempts, and they think they're going to hit the next 15. Let's see if he has that type of an attitude.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Big play from a big man, Kayvon Thibodeau, off the edge and dropping him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Goff. Right side to Williams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Goff. He shakes him off, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Jones throw taken in by Slayton. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Operating from the gun, Jones. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Back to throw, Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that
That's
answer.
cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Again, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Back to throw, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now Goff. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones now throwing on 1st down. Fighting to stay upright. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so he'll just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones sliding out of the pocket. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. On the option left, it's Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1 yard gain.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Time for another look at this Lions offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Goff. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Singletary going to get the handoff.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-to-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Yeah, it's still early in the football game, and you hate to give away possessions. But instead of forcing something downfield on 3rd down, that was a wise move to just get it to the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Muscles him off. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, this will be a Giants 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
In motion right is Robinson.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making a real 1st quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Jones on 1st and 10.
Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. And they'll come up 2nd and 7 as they've got it as we resume action. First throw now for the backup lock. He's got it.
And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll try again.
And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet.
Gray.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Isaiah Hodgins
from a yard out.
And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
4th and goal. The defense needed one more stand. They couldn't get it.
I just wonder if they were thinking heavy run here in that situation instead of being able to play the pass, and they were beaten on that possession.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So out now come the Lions. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery.
Gets through, and now an opening.
Still going. He's on his way.
And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 61 yards. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing. Hooker.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
3rd down, Hooker looks to throw it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now out come the Giants. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Handoff now. It's Gray with it.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Block now to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, nice move.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They work now on 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Knight.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. 2nd and 9.
Going up the gut, Montgomery skirts by him at the 35. And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 33.
86 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Here's Hooker to throw it.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. New York set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Lock to the sideline and incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And Detroit getting set to go now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 10.
They'll run it now with Gray. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They run again here with Gray. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Locke to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing now is Locke.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Locke looks to throw it again.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Gray. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Locke gonna throw. Escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Hooker's going to throw it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the run, this is Gray. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
3rd down and 10.
They look to throw. It's Locke. And that will be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Hooker.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
To return is McKenzie.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On play action, Locke. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now a give running right is Montgomery.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now Gray. There's a nice move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Now Locke on the bootleg.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
The Lions offense set to take over.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here's Hooker. He's got right on the short throw.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Hooker.
And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Again, it's Hooker looking to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, Montgomery. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And shedding through the tackle. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Hooker.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Hooker. Throw left side complete. That's Knight. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space. When they dumped it to the back, he was able to make the play and stop.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Zonovan Knight. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Now Locke. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good. And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. This is taken at the 23. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense that's just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2nd and 6.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
From the gun, it's Hooker.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. New York set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Gray.
And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
17 yards and a Giant first down. To throw it is Locke. Fighting, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From midfield, here's Locke. Under pressure, they got him again. John Kaminsky, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Isaiah Simmons, boy, he can move all over the field, and he gets a tackle for loss there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
120 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Throwing. Hooker.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. McKenzie now to return it. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And New York set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's Gray on 2nd down.
Oh, he shifts, fights through, and now a crease. And still fighting.
Still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Eric Gray.
64 yards.
And the Giants strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Gano for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Hooker to throw it.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Knight on the handoff.
Oh, able to avoid him. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
In motion is McKenzie.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Locke.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight ahead pursuit and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Looking to throw. Hooker. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Azeez Ojulari
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And now out come the Giants.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And running with power here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Locke working out of the gun. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Locke now to throw. Looking for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the 2nd half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Hooker. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Still fighting for more. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
This is Knight.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Operating from the gun. Hooker. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, that's brought in by Knight.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Handoff now. And he loses the football a second time.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So now the Lions down 20-13, a little under 2.5 to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Hooker.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Hooker.
And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a 1st down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts, and your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a New York 1st down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. They'll run it now with Gray, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And Brian Dable, with his background on offense, he's got a call ready, and they are going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Hooker to throw. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Detroit.